That's not a number. But look, we'll work on that.
Yeah, we got time. We got time.
Either way, we are getting into Nuke. It's 10 seconds away. It is time for a few things, including that, but more importantly, to see how Apeks fare on a map like Nuke. MIBR on the T side. Where they going?
Mac, why are they shooting out the vents, the windows? I don't understand. They're wasting bullets. Straight on in, though, into this top side. They're not messing about. Jacob's already under pressure. CacaNito's helping him out, but there we go. Jacob standing nice and tall. And the fast start from MIBR falls apart.
Solid crunch. Coming in on the flank to mop that one up, and Apeks get the first on the board like it's nothing. And as you can see, Jim, there's no time for your jokes in a serious match of Counter-Strike like this.
No, just like that volleyball being served.
Well, into the second, and no plant means MIBR are back on the Glocks.
Yep. Going to try and brute force their way outside. That high flash is just going to allow Nuke some time to get in position. He's looking to farm. He's got Jacob to support him. Take contact first.
Ooh. Lovely little swing from Nuke. Jacob able to stop that cross. With CacaNito not too far away, but in the meanwhile, it's going to be the timing push from Breno, shut down by the MP9 of Sense. And a lovely crunch from Sticko too. Man is just looking to finish off AT or two, and that'll happen. CacaNito dropping him with the USP, and it's easy pickings for Apeks moving into the third.
Keeping it nice and clean for them too. That's essentially what it's all about. No real resistance. But this is where the test starts to get a little harder. Not today.
Well, guns in hand for MIBR in the third, and they are setting their sights on outers. I see a couple of sneaky smokes here. Waterfall, one potential. And in the meanwhile, the aggression from CacaNito gets shut down instantly. So MIBR, a man advantage, and everything their heart's desire, except a hole in that wall.
Yeah, Jacob had that smoke blown for him perfectly. And they managed to recoup the loss of CacaNito. In the meantime, though, MIBR have got secret control. And with drop hanging around T-Lobby, this could get problematic for the rotations of Apeks. Oh, the timing is perfect, though, from Sense. He couldn't capitalize. And now that's put MIBR into action.
He fell out of the vent. The movement, unfortunately, hasn't gone his way. And Nuke, does he just stay here? What's he do?
He's just chilling. There's nothing he can do.
The elevator stopped 2 levels too high.
He's got to take the stairs. Maybe even the door.
Well, cracker openings on the lower side. Apeks, unfortunately, some missed opportunities there. We'll see if Nuke's going to be able to get away with the MP9. He certainly will not be. Insani, though, making noise going loud up the ladder. Doesn't seem to have been heard. He's looking for Nuke. Okay. The timing, it's crazy. And Nuke will at least keep Insani around to drop that 8K on the ground as MIBR take their first feed round. And it was an interesting one.
In a sense, just making a meal of it. Ideally, you wanted to just stay in that vent, slip away.
Yeah, well, you could see in the player cam he wasn't too happy about how that happened.
Well, it's a rebuy coming through from Apeks, though. They are afforded that. A little light on utility in some areas. Namely, no kit. Oh, actually, sorry, Nuke has the kit. So 1 kit in play.
Cheeky wall at outers, the 2 smoke with the waterfall, just to deny some extra vision from anyone on the backside, but Drop has made his way out on site, falling to a second kill before he went to the grave. Exit on the trade game at least finds the A site. There's space to plant here, but Apeks have the numbers. Let's see how they retake A.
Yeah. Nuke will be joined by Sticko. Jacob's already cleaned up the outer. So let's just see how this 2 versus 4 pans out. Safe and exit. They've got an awkward one on their hands.
Where do they go from here? They towards the heavens. Chips a few of the CTs down, and they're going to just look to play this one together. Timing not good enough for exit. Couldn't flick. It's so hard to track when you're looking up like that in the corner. And Apeks retake for a third with 3 alive.
Yeah, well executed in the end. They're trying to make sure that their player advantage was absolutely maximalized. CacaNito earning his wings. Oh, Jacob, you filth merchant. He's just peddling the good stuff outside. Yeah. So MIBR now, they're going to be able to continue to buy in. That bomb plant's just going to fuel their next few rounds as that loss bonus continues to accrue. Apeks, familiar territory for them. They've got to weasel their way out of this economic sticking point. Early blow on the smoke, though, from Jacob.
It's just solid conditioning. They've thrown it for most of the rounds now. Hiding after it got broken allows them to sneak their way into secret, and they're going to go for a 4-1 split. Only drop the lurker. They're trying to dodge those bullets, but that's going to give them the sound cue. Yeah. And Jacob now fully aware. Nuke on the line, posted, ready, waiting, strikes for the first, and will have so much space to fall away and set himself again.
Don't want to mess around with him. Jacob re-peaks. He gets 3. It's easy for him when they line up. And drop. He's left in another postcode. He has become a CT-sided predator for Apeks. Jacob.
He's on. He's firing up. We heard as well the other day, he didn't necessarily have a great game for that second best of 1 that qualified them straight into the semis. But he is certainly waking up as the day goes on here. Down in Margaret Court Arena.
140 ADR. He's slapping heads.
Well, tactical going to be coming through. Better late than never. Squeeze out those extra seconds from freeze time so you can have a bit more time to chat about what's going down here. And it might just be to level their heads, because you're looking at the money. There's not much that they can really do in this round. Unless they've got an idea. Hey.
Shouldn't that be a sandal?
What a fucking legend.
Fast from Brent to see whether or not he can maybe pop Jacob over the smoke. They know he's willing to play around it, so haven't really had a threat from the air, have they? Oh, okay.
No. Won't connect this time. It's Jacob. Just looking for more information here. Boost across the top in Sani. Just wants to pop up.
Pop in for a chat. Jacob's going to pick on the other side of things. Sani copying a little damage, but nothing in that exchange.
Elongated battle, isn't it?
Just 2 stubborn people going at it.
Been in for a good minute now. And finally, the deep wall going to be established from MIBR to try to change things up. Jacob wins the fight eventually, a whole minute into the round. CacaNito, in the meanwhile, will be pulling out that secondary, looking to finish this one as best he can. And MIBR get torn to shreds at outers. Everyone's dead, as Apeks are looking crisp as anything moving into the 7th.
They're looking very, very sharp. Unbothered by that, largely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there was some awkward exchanges, but nothing to close the distance. Like, MIBR had nothing on offer. They had to try and make long-range shots work with Deagles.
Yeah.
Low percentage plays. And so if they're forced into these low percentage duels, Apeks are doing a fantastic job of navigating the situation. But what do MIBR do here? We know that they've been conditioning them with these smokes already early on. Jacob's already looking to beat those out.
Yeah. Ooh, early door drop util. Just there to draw attention away from Apeks. But in the meanwhile, Jacob will be mollied in to Ghetto. Smoke there, they know someone's close towards the door, but in the meanwhile, it's a beautiful timing from Insani, who's made his way into Annex, and the push on upper has been unstoppable for Apeks.
Just blocking them out of the side there. If there was anybody to silence Jacob, it was going to be Insani.
He saw a kneecap.
He wanted that duel.
Nork looking to keep the AWP alive here, 1v4. Not really in question.
Yeah.
Position now known. Breno spots him, sneaking away, but safe. Has been boosted up here. Will stop him from getting to the safer pastures, and that will be MIBR finding a second.
Yeah, Safe was just knocking on heaven's door there. Not letting him get into CT, saving that one out. And so, Insani, impact maximized.
Oh, that shot, bro.
Yeah, he's just seen his knee. And so, Apeks, they're going to be able to buy into this, but again, they're just going to have to run that economic gauntlet.
Thought it was potentially going to be faster towards ramp this time, but they'll split up. Again, just looking to show some presence at outers. Drop that prog utility outside of Squeaky. And Apeks placing Jacob down in secret again. Didn't really get a chance to have impact in the previous.
Refresh on some smokes though. Sani's calling for that. That'll give him some room to operate here outside.
Yeah.
More importantly, he's just going to wait that out and see whether or not he can find an angle onto Jacob.
The thing is as well, with the molly there and it being the deep wall, Jacob can just spot behind it, get every bit of info that's going down, but the thing is he's not going to be able to see where Insani has gone.
Yeah, and he may just well go through the annex.
The most interesting part of Nuke so far has been this battle at outers, and it's just boiled down to a timing this time. Jacob gets the better of Insani, shot in the back of the head. It looks like Drop's dead too. Safe in the meanwhile, trying to open up the mollies that were held onto for so long from Apeks, completely shut down the upper hit, and MIBR get torn to shreds.
Yeah, just cold-blooded execution on that top side. And, well, some failure to launch here. I love the battle outside. Jacob Insani battle is all time. So MIBR not really with too many notes to drop this round.
Now does progression smoke. Just looking to deny any vision from Apeks here. Jacob in particular, who's been doing a fantastic job. At outers, 12-3, and we're only 8 rounds into the game.
Good return on that. But unfortunately, the Molotov was nada. Senso this time. Just going to play that off angle in the van. Sticko, not even sticking around. Nork has got Jacob in tow to keep things nice and under control. The GOAT radio not allowed to be taken any further.
Under control is in the hands of MIBR. M4 retrieved. Nade the only bit of util for them to play with. But again, the bomb is not in their possession, so they need to try to retake in their positions, both known. 45 on the clock to make it happen. Jumping.
Double aim Eddie.
He's seen him. Little bait set up. Sticko.
Oh, okay.
Dunked on. But are they aware? No. Eyes on a different prize. Sticko strikes for the trade. And they will manage to get some financial damage onto Apeks, but that's all they're going to get.
And Doyle, doesn't get any reprieve, does he?
Sounds like it.
Nah.
Is he here?
Any Doyle in the chat?
Well, MIBR back on the guns into the 10th. Let's see if they can clean this one up. Apeks looking like they certainly have been cooking something up in the kitchen. This time, though, it's going to be more difficult to find an aid with things like that going down. Sense almost swung around on that one, but Exit's going to be able to go for the polish. And Nuke here. At least will lock down the backside of Yard, but the A site now, the problem. CacaNito here. Oh, hasn't been seen. Finds two from this position, jumping, hoping he can buy some time for this flank to start to activate. And Sticko's going to get here just in the nick of time. Getting both on the quick flank out of Hut. 8 and 2. Apeks making this one look easy.
Yeah, Sticko hasn't had much to do at Rams, but he made that play. The activation, as soon as they hit that top, he made that push. And that was the difference. CacaNito just hopping, skipping, jumping, staying alive, buying just enough time.
Perfect timing on that push. 8 and 2. MIBR on their map pick.
You would 8 to be MIBR, that's for sure.
Huge nade onto Breno. Sends him down to half. Molly to stop. Nade's cracking open the smoke and getting as much info as possible. Boost across the top. And Apeks are reading every single thing MIBR are doing. Jacob needs to hold here, which he almost doesn't. But a late trade as well.
Gives up the M4. They're kind of split here too at the moment, aren't they?
Drop got that pick, and meanwhile towards the A site over at Door. And it's going to be another trade. 3 frags coming out everywhere. 2v2 again. With the M4 there for drop. He might be able to catch it. I mean, but no, too crisp on that shot. My lordy.
Drop had the drop on him too.
Timing again.
Oh no!
Chip gets steady. And Apeks lock it in, just barely. The money, it could be stronger, but again, we're going into the final round of the half, so they have done a very good job keeping the financials solid. That was Nuke's round.
Oh yeah.
This is Nuke's map. Crispy flicks.
Knocking it out of the park.
Can MIBR salvage this T side by finding a third? They've got the full buy, they've got the full util. Breno. Looks like they're expecting a change in pace, and that's exactly what we're going to see. CacaNito finds one with the molly.
Yeah, that one with the molly, that's for sure. Again, the battle outside, the battle rages on. Oof. Sticko, this time, not successful in that push. There's been no action for him at ramps. So he tried to make something happen, thinking he'd had a timing. The smokes are outside, they had very little info. Yeah. Finally, that smoke gets a result for MIBR, but Nuke is there, again, just to deny entry.
Flashed off. MIBR do not commit to that grand push, and Insani gets the better of him, dink for dink, but the AK wins that every day. And now with the 3v2, can Apeks lock in a 10th with the man disadvantage? We're seeing MIBR start to posture out looking like it might be the uppers fake, either with a late push in through Annex.
Yeah, you get the impression Safe is just looking to see if he can punish a lobby push.
Okay, looking like it won't be the fake. Insani going to put his life on the line. Get ready to be traded by Exit. His default gets mollied out. One of the few spots that they have to care about. And with Sense falling, Nuke really has his job cut out for him, but he's cut one of the 3. And the molly, okay, thought he could have got out there, but 9-3 will be the scoreline at the half. 6 rounds the difference as we head into the second. Ladies and gents, we'll see you after the break. shred till dead, is what I heard Jesus said. Or maybe it was Ziz. One or the other. But we got a game to get back to.
I saw way too many flexes in the half-time.
Shout out to the knife guy. What was it, a flip or was it a falchion?
Chant it to us, we can't hear you.
You need to make it a chant. We're too far away. Oh, no, Mac. That's not a knife, but I'll take it. All right. Well. Looking like we are quite ready to jump into that second half.
Yeah. The crowd's a little quiet, if you ask me. I've heard them make different noises throughout the day, but what's the best crowd noise we can get? I've heard chickens, I've heard dogs, I've heard everything.
No, I'm off them. They don't want me, I don't want them. Let's talk about Counter-Strike. 6 rounds the difference now. Apeks onto the T side. One set of util here for Sticko. Armor for the rest. All eyes on Apeks because we've never seen them play Nuke before.
Yeah, this is going to be unfamiliar territory. Let's see if they've been cooking or are they going to be cooked.
Straight on the toes there, Insani takes 2 points of damage, and Apeks are just going to hit the brakes, see if they can find something in outers here. Jacob looking to draw attention away. Ooh. There's the info. Safe happy to play for his life, though. See what that flash can do, and the Julies here going to be able to tear Nork a new one.
Oh, okay. That opens things up a little bit more for them. They do have the option to potentially wrap around to heaven. And Jacob has already been inserted into lowers, so. Oh, the mirror match. It continues. And that is going to be Apeks running into this site drop. He's got control of lowers, but there's nobody there. Apeks just layering the contact. And so I think we head into potentially a save simulator here, just with that armor, the Julies into the next round.
Crowd letting them know their thoughts on drop attempting to keep the armor into the next. Clip. He's got to keep on his turn. Oh, Jacob. The one to stop him. That's double digits with a T-pistol in the bag. Everything going up for Apeks here. Drop, look, getting a little bit of work done, but just not enough.
Yeah, MIBR. This is very problematic for them. As highlighted by the analyst test, they have been very shaky on their CT sides. So it's off to a rough drop.
Yeah, well, my eyes are on that 1 and 12. Man on your screen, unfortunately, hasn't been able to activate here on Nuke. And you don't want to point it out, but when things aren't going right, it has to be someone's issue, right? And Apeks with guns up against just a couple of USPs, it's going to be a very interesting next round for MIBR. Unless, you know, let's see what Safe can do here.
Yeah, big stack in top. I don't think it's going to be played in at all, unfortunately. So it looks nice, but largely ineffective.
Dink's going everywhere. We swing on the contact from Sense. They send that Dink straight back with Lil. And MIBR looking like they might just go down with the ship here. Commit to it, see if they find anyone sneaking in later in the round. You do, of course, have a nice little angle boosted up in both those positions. So anyone walking in late from outers. I think it's in Apeks' best interest just to keep their mitts on the weapons.
Absolutely. No press. Largely a very pacifist round. So everybody crowding around. I'd be very surprised if not all of Apeks save their weapons.
But nothing round in the end.
Yeah, not much chop there.
11-3. As MIBR get their buy across the board. And this is where the comeback needs to start right now, or there's just no time to make it happen. Well, we haven't had a 3-mapper yet at ESL Challenger Melbourne this year. I'd love to see one today. Who knows, maybe we just won't get one.
It's the day for it. Just looking to work their way around this smoke here. Got a few channels to operate within. Oh, that smoke exposes Sense just trying to cross. The trade is not even there. Eventually exit goes down, but still at a deficit.
Only a couple of mollies and flashes for Apeks to try and make something work, so we're going to have to let their rifles do the talking here, and potential for a time in. Sticko trying to figure out what's going on.
Get it?
Decides against going to the vent there.
It's a non-event.
He's just trying to find the door. We'll get through eventually. Safe.
Timing.
Still just spotting from upper, from lower here, heaven and hell. And we'll strike eventually. CacaNito falling makes this ever so difficult for Apeks. Nuke's position now known as well, making some noise there, swapping for the AK. So it's going to be hard for him to be the man. Sticko starting to make his way out. Kasani falling, but a solid trade. And MIBR finally break that streak of rounds and put the 4th on the board.
Yeah, doubling his output there, Bren, too. So
the crowd is cheering. He's done it.
He's done it. But MIBR have done it. And they're holding strong on that round, keeping guns in play too. So very important for them to maintain the grip on their own coffers. To see whether or not Apeks decides to do anything a little faster. Allow Jacob to activate outside. Just clearing out all the closer positions. Taking a bit of time here, Apeks.
MIBR very ready for Apeks to go for a late outers approach again. They have to really learn on the fly. That's the thing, right? There's absolutely no source material on what Apeks are going to try to throw at them here. Big nade timing. Jacob should have been spotted there. Oh. Oh, Insani already on that lower side. Going to be able to tear through on these M4s. Doing great work for MIBR.
Absolutely shredding them.
Blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah.
All the action happening in a matter of moments.
Just a lot of contact, and Sani holding super strong there. Safe and drop, just locking things down at ramps with the rest of the contact too. So things boding well for MIBR. The city side needs a shake-up. And maybe this is the half within which they gain some confidence. Apeks just having to take a back seat in this round. Jacob taking forward position. Shadow will give him away. Oof.
That's going to make things a little more difficult, isn't it? Man disadvantage. Strength in numbers looks to be the call. Upper bust, but look how many CTs are here, ready and waiting to answer the door.
This should be into the meat grinder. Crossfire here, it shouldn't be broken. Oh, Insani just falls, and that's relatively clean though for MIBR. Good for the money, good for Brent's confidence.
He's done more than doubled his kills again. Finally getting some action. The Eco Warrior.
This is purely exponential from him.
MIBR getting a taste for victory. Some confidence back, some momentum. How long can they hold on to it? Apeks going to be able to go for a bye into the 18th. As we can see, they're just taking it slow. Only one player in lobby. CacaNito sitting back, go for some late smokes at outers. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah. Maybe waiting to see if Jacob can find some space, or at least get some info about where the smoke should be positioned. What is the setup from MIBR? I just think they're going to just force the hand anyway. Wall of smokes. Water falling across Annex. And MIBR won't have any info for now. They're going to blow the smoke just to see what they can see. Jacob's just waiting it out.
Jacob's just glued to yard no matter what side it is. But without seeing anything, Safe's going to bolster the A side here. And that's exactly what Apeks are doing. MIBR adjusting on the fly, calling the audible and really calling what Apeks are potentially going to throw here. Safe going forward. He's ready. Has that corner to fall around, but how's the timing? How's the layering of the flashes? It's something we don't get to see. CacaNito going to try to take some kind of contact, and that was the bomb. They can't hit upper without it. The objective on the ground makes things damn awkward, and Sense has managed to thread the needle through that smoke that was still bloomed. Drop sneaks away,
oh,
the push
safe.
on in with 20 on the clock. There is just no shot that Apeks win this one. 3v5, 2 alive, and that's that. Yeah. Save it up.
They were all set. They were set. They had to reposture. As soon as that bomb went down, someone had to go get it. Someone had to, unfortunately, bear that burden. And that really unhinged things for Apeks.
Yeah. Incredibly awkward position to be in. MIBR closing the round gap down to 4. So a game that looked like was going to end relatively quickly has really started to turn the burners on.
Yeah, this is a little closer than I think Apeks would have liked. This is difficult territory for them as well, being a map that we will rarely see from them. So if they've been working on things, this is where that work starts to show. No recorded Nuke games over the last 12 months. Doesn't mean they haven't played it, but it's just...
I have had a bird tell me that they might have been practicing. Who was the bird? Who knows?
You're Dr. Doolittle, aren't you, mate?
I think it was a seagull. Either way, Nico, what you got for us here? Looking like we are going to see that Prog Smoke outdoor going down early. That one will get blown eventually now. But no one following through on Apeks just yet. They haven't really had too much action on the T side at upper yet. There's more numbers going towards outer, and Sani going to be the first to strike as well.
Yeah, Sticko just been laid out. Nuke's already copped a lot of damage too. They're just being poked and prodded. A lack of util to cover them. It's going to be problematic. Even with the step there, Jacob can't convert that into a kill. Exit. They're all just swinging.
It's getting so awkward for everyone on the Apeks side of things. But MIBR are feeling it, playing together. North lucky to be alive. He's got that package, he's so solo. CacaNito has found himself a timing, so Nork just needed to survive. Unfortunately for him, that has not happened. Safe. He's going to be able to swing around in time. Lovely second shot to put an 8th on the board. Now it's just 3 rounds in it. Have a look at the money as well. The CT's economy is through the goddamn roof.
Yeah, this is great territory for MIBR to be sitting in. So they were feeling the pressure. Such a one-sided half to kick things off for you on Nuke. They've been able to work their way in. So where do Apeks go from here? If they've got a drawing board, they're certainly going to it. Jacob, he is just going to single-track mine his way outside. That Molotov, he's just going to tank it again.
Gone to another one.
Had the blinkers on. He had one place to be.
And Sani already down here, ready to receive it. Jacob's life, as well as some more. Oh, that's damn nice. It's against the pistols, but it's still crispy.
He is the firing squad.
Insani waking up just when they need him.
And the air starts to get a little heavier in here.
Wouldn't be bad. Playing a game, going all the way to the end of regulation. OT still potential outcome. But right now, Apeks back on a full bite. What's CacaNito doing here?
Sus.
Sus things.
Aren't you a bright cookie?
Okay. Little blue
Oh,
smoke.
okay. Here we go.
Where are they going with this set of util? Exit, mollied off. Jacob going to be lurking up the storm. Anyone here? And he was ready for the blown smoke. Unfortunately, just can't go toe-to-toe with Insani in this round. Breno going to be burnt to a crisp up on the wall, and CacaNito won't be able to lurk his way in either. 3v5 now, and Apeks have found absolutely nothing. With a huge amount of investment, they've only got a smoke and a flash remaining. And MIBR on the CT side are really starting to perform just when it was needed under all this pressure.
Yeah, without Jacob and CacaNito played into that round, things really go awry for them. And they've fallen flat. Just relying now on contact and entries. Trying to pick apart this topside hit. They are going to trade their way in though, so they might be able to get a bomb plant.
Two bangers, Sticko on low health, has to try to hold here, and it's Sense to get it down. Sticko falling 1v3 angle, and Sense can't see, can't hit, can't shoot. That'll be safe. Quick trade. An extremely fast retake, 10-11. Just when you thought Apeks might have been able to get back in, unfortunately, they just didn't have the numbers there in the post plan.
Yeah, and they were awkwardly sandwiched into the silos. So, with that outside component of the strategy being completely deactivated, it really fell flat in that round. There was nothing on offer for Apeks. They'll be happy with the plant, but they're starting to be lassoed.
Yeah. It's 7 rounds in a row now out of MIBR. The Drop's been doing a very good job at finding these openings in the second half. 5 and 2 out of the opening duels that have gone through this game so far. So even though he's only 13 and 11, he's still having very solid impact for the Brazilians. Insani as well. When he's turned on, he's on. And Breno getting the ones he needs to, but hasn't had to do a huge amount this half. Apeks, on the other hand, some individuals that you'd expect to be playing well might not have shown up just yet. At least, of course, they did take Ancient. So if things end up going wrong in these next couple of rounds for Apeks, they still have that third map, which we will be going to. The job's not done. And MIBR need to keep on locking in. Re-blowing this wall multiple times now. An exit, he is hearing it. But feeling the pain from Jacob, dropping behind him. Oh, and this timing's so good. He's making his way down towards the lockers, but Drop going at heaven, looking for the peak. Makes noise going down, and this could be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, that's territory taken. That's CT's out of play. Zani can still turn around on his head, though. Not this time. And now safe as T-Lobby. Bomb's still yet to go down, but you would safely say Apeks have secured themselves match point, series point.
Wait, there's 2 rounds left. MIBR's got so much cash here. So Safe's just going to try to keep an AK across to the next. Not even think about going for this one, which I feel like you may as well, you know? Either way.
Might as well.
They're just going to use this time to talk about the next round. Figure out what they need to do. As Apeks finally found a timing. Great coordination to draw the attention from the Annex player, allow Jacob to drop down behind him, and also catch a nasty timing over towards Hell. That was more than enough to get them in some solid positioning to finally hit the upper site, finally get that bomb down and not even have to worry about anything there in the post plant. Series point now. 2 to play with for Apeks.
Yeah, they got 2 rounds in hand to try and make this work. Their T side has been a little flat, I must say, but they gave themselves a lot of rope to work with a very strong CT side. So MIBR backs to the wall. They're going to have to dig in. They got money for days to be able to do it. They lack our rounds. Exit. Upping the ante a little. And he's going to get a lot of info.
We haven't seen this from MIBR. They haven't had space to go aggressive. So this is going to catch them off, and the trigger discipline is going to be huge here. Oh, lovely. 2 found. But the third has made no sound, so that's a nice trade out of CacaNito. 2v5 angle. And that's a little start, but Apeks, you don't back them to close it out here, but let's see what happens, Jim.
Yeah, no movement, though, into T lobby for Sticko to be activated. Oh, he gets 1 up over drop. So things start to play out a little. There's a bit of movement across the map.
The CTs all playing isolated.
Oh.
It gives these opportunities for things like that to happen, and Sticko striking again, just playing ring around the rosy, catching perfect timings. MIBR, their tendencies have been wrapped up.
Yep, and they're regrouping here. CacaNito will come through and grab that bomb. And so they're going to play 2 abreast. CT's largely split. So where can they work to from here? Insani's in that rotation point, such a key rotation point between the 2 sites. They're going to have a vague idea of where he's going to be, but largely playing this blind Apeks.
Flashing a smoke. Insani on the wrong level of Nuke. Molly's missed. Safe. Ooh.
Spotted.
Info's there on both regards, and they just need to figure out which way to fight this. CacaNito, it's all down to him. Sticko's done his job, and CacaNito unfortunately walks into the crossfire. Worries about heaven for a second too long. Insani, lovely picks up vent, and MIBR are not dead. They're not done just yet.
Now, they hold on. They live on that prayer. And tell you what, Apeks recovered so well in that 2v5 to bring it back down to a 2v2. Sticko getting a lot of damage done. But they played this so well. Positions were known as well to Apeks. So it was just this awkward dance. A ring around the rosy and topside. High stakes indeed, but we are going to get another buy out of Apeks, of course, to try and make things work there. Emptying the pockets. They've got to use everything here. They want to win this in regulation.
Well, that door use will just get shut down with that 1 molly. Deep smoke as well. And safe this time. Might get tested again. Smoke's going to be tapped and thrown on the run. Nade's not quite ready, and the molly teamed up with that spray is going to be enough to find sense. Nork going down in the meanwhile, and Safe is here to take us into overtime, but CacaNito and Jacob have been split. Well, 1v2 unachievable for CacaNito in the previous, but he's got 4 Brazilians to get past. To try and close it out right now, Flash going to be coming from that mega side, and we are going to OT for the second map of the series.
That's well deserved too. I think, unfortunately for MIBR, there's a little break here, but they are largely running with so much momentum. Apeks, it all fell off the rails. They've done so much work. And now they've got to try and continue and work things out on this T side as they switch into OT.
Well, the difference is, right, T side, of course, didn't go super well for them, but now they've got some momentum. They've got a lot more confidence. So once we see them go to that T side, I guess, look, magic could be made. But Apeks still here, still just looking to get cooking with a bit of extra cash in their back pocket, able to buy into this and the next, and maybe the third, depending on how things go. But Outer is going to be the priority for Apeks.
Yeah, already fair bit of util expended, getting the their way through. You can already see the MIBR. What they've been doing has been working. They have been exposing the flaws with this utility. They're throwing everything down there.
Exit's going to hear all this going down. Tucked away in the corner. And as that smoke fades, he's now in a very rough position. Has his scope been seen? Is his silencer there? Norks looking at that left side. They don't know.
Exit has no reason to move. Where is the push and pull effect going to be enacted?
A couple of steps made. Exit might get a chance to activate in a moment. Flash towards Annex side, and he does not get cleared. Exit. Maybe a late trade on the agenda, but in the meanwhile, Jacob looking to come back up secret. Nork goes down to half, and Exit gets out of dodge, gets away with murder. And this time is ticking right on down. In the meanwhile, CacaNito going to be dropping to safe. And a 3v5 again. Apeks has not had great conversion rates in these man disadvantages. And again, it's going to get even worse. Nork and Sticko, 2v5. This round's dusted.
Yeah, they haven't been able to exploit anything in that round whatsoever, have they? They've had very little success in finding those peaks. They've been picked apart through the edges of their own utility as well. And that is just not boding well for Apeks. So, I mean, if it's a map they don't play much, right? Like, if your game plan that you're bringing into this starts to go a little awry, you don't really know which way to turn. And that seems to be where Apeks are faltering. They just don't have the next round of protocols.
Nork's been so sharp on the AWP, and the fact he didn't get that trade on Exit is devastating to the first round of OT. But Apeks will be taking another tactical as we move into the second round. Looks like Myth is just trying to tighten a couple of things up. Got to lower the levels of stress. A 2-0 here would make them extremely confident moving into the later game today, the grand final.
Yeah. Apeks definitely need a lot of confidence reinstilled in them after what has been a rough half. And now heading into OT, they need to find some success on this T side to give themselves not only the confidence boost, but something to work with.
Lots of action going down and out as Nade going to chunk away on Jacob, and that molly spreading, ooh, almost takes him out.
Hairy moments there. That's a lot of damage to concede early on for no return, really. No territory taken, no damage done. CacaNito, though, eye in the sky. Just looking around the smoke, seeing if he can get something. But largely unsuccessful, the first wave of utility expended from Apeks. Maybe into the waiting arms of Safe.
Mate, he's been on with the stick. Jump across. Not forced, but seen, and he'll strike first. Flash going to be thrown. Smoke to hold him down. And drop here is a little bit of support, maybe a lifeline to trade late. Nade goes down. And the teaser here as well with knives out. It's easy pickings as drop puts him on the ground.
He's dropped them well and truly. They ran straight into him, Mac. They were not expecting his position. Oh.
Watch it again.
Play him out, Piano Cat.
2 knives out. AWP almost pulled out by Nork, but they had no idea he was there.
Yeah, that's a boo-boo and a half.
Element of surprise. Huge thing if you can muster it, but we're going faster. Apeks finally changing the pace, looking to smack the upper side, and they have met their makers. 3 for 2 trade. Apeks still alive. Jacob kicking around and brings it to even Stevens. Drop on the off angle. Gets the better on the timing side. But Nork now, 1v2. Can he squawk to maybe find a T-side round in OT?
Well, we've talked the talk. Now he walks the walk. For another round, they've got a chalk.
Molly double flash. the way he's going, it looks like he might find space to get the plant down here. Safe hasn't been seen. He won't get the silent drop, but he will just go straight for it. CT's on both sides, volley in hand. Can't shoot back like that, King. 15 to 12, and MIBR need just one round on this T side.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
To lock in Nuke.
Fantastic on their CT side. Apeks have faltered on their T side. So they are going to have to undo a whole host of momentum now garnered by MIBR and recapture the vibe of the first half. Not an easy task.
Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of Anubis. Getting to a third. Great place to secure the first grand finalist for ESL Challenger Melbourne. We're not there yet. Apeks, 3 chances to take us to double OT. But they are not playing for the win. Whereas the Brazilians are, and they're going to be going straight on through the smoke. The molly dropple off himself. And the 4v4, Nuke, he's burning, he's taking risks. And there's no bickies found off the back of that one. Sent in the meanwhile takes out Brendan. And now it's a man advantage for Apeks on the retake.
Yeah, Smokes are going to soon fade. They know Insani sticking around. There's no swinging trade though from Jacob just yet. Oh, Insani! That's the linchpin of a kill.
And Sticko, 1v3 is unachievable. MIBR get it done in overtime, 16 to 12 to send us all the way to Anubis.
Dear me, they've done it in style too. What a deficit to overcome. They should be proud of that. Apeks, not a